Holy smokes, I'm having trouble believing this myself. I just found a deal that could be bought with 3% down. That's less than 20 grand, including closing costs, and you could pretty much get your entire payment covered on a $500,000 house. Let's analyze the numbers, and then, since I don't like to speculate, let's actually go look at the house. Check it out. Let's go. Oh, by the way, since I'm a real estate agent, I guess I should say they've got Sprinkles Cupcakes right there, right next to my stock brokerage, TD Ameritrade. Oh, and there's my car charging. Oh yeah, and I get free unlimited supercharging, so thank you. Although, come on, let's be real, I overpaid for the car. Oh well. So here we go. If we buy the place for $480,000 and we put 3% down, that means we're going to have a loan of $465,600. That's what our loan is based off. So if you ever wanted to run a mortgage calculator, I like doing everything by scratch. I don't like fancy spreadsheets. It's a great way to make poor investment decisions by missing just one variable. Always start by scratch. This is exactly what I teach in my real estate investing course. Link below. So here's what's going to go into our payment. We're going to have principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, PITI. Principal is going to be $641 a month. That's the amount we're basically paying off on the loan every single month. If tenants are paying that for us, they are paying off $641 per month for us. Thank you very much, tenants. I like tenants because of that. The interest we're going to be paying is $1649. Interest goes down by about $1 a month. Principal goes up by about $1 a month. It sort of inverts after 15 years. Anyway, then we're going to have taxes, property taxes. I've made a video on how to never calculate property taxes again, so we know the property taxes are going to be $480 per month. Then we're going to assume about $50 per month for insurance. That is our PITI payment. Now we've got mortgage insurance. The easiest way is to add the mortgage insurance premium to what the interest rate was. So if the rate I was using was 4.25% and I add a mortgage insurance premium of 0.9%, we will get to a combined rate of essentially 5.15% that you are paying for this money. Which, according to this handy piece of paper here, means you are paying about $252 per month for mortgage insurance. And you might be thinking to yourself, oh my God, why would I ever pay that much money for mortgage insurance? I'll just wait and end up never buying. All right, well then maybe you just click out of this video and stop seeing how you can control this $500,000 house for free. If you're still here, make sure to smash that like button. And if you're going to the 10X Growth Conference, I better see you at the pregame. And if you don't know what I mean with pregame, the day before the 10X Growth Conference, come on guys, you know the drill. Anyway, back to the numbers. When I add this all up, we are going to get to a combined payment of $3,072 per month to own this property for 3% down. That means with our closing costs, you're putting down less than $20,000. Now remember, we're also going to build in a $5,000 credit towards closing costs into this, but we're going to use that $5,000 to fix up the place a little bit. So in other words, you're still going to be into it for 20 grand, but I'm going to get you 5 grand to sweeten the pot a little bit. We're going to be able to paint the place, and maybe you can do some fix-its yourself, which I always recommend you learn how to do. Now that we get the numbers down, let's hit the property, let's see what we're dealing with, and let's figure out what we can rent this puppy out for. Because folks, we just bought a $500,000 property for $480,000 because we always buy in the wedge. Again, a concept we talk about in the real estate investing course. But anyway, sorry, I had to plug it again. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to. Confirm lane change. Why would I want to confirm lane change and be stuck behind a semi-truck? You guys are nuts. Oh my gosh, it set it itself. It literally just set the blinker itself on an exit. Oh my gosh, it's exiting the highway itself. Oh my gosh. No way. I like this so far. Super convenient off the street. I love how mature the trees are. I mean, the neighborhood was built in the 30s, so of course, but I mean, wow, this is nice. Dealing with sunset, so we're just gonna borrow a parking spot there. We'll be fast. Hazard lights, solve all problems. Here's the house. All right, look at this. Look at this little cutie here. We got a nice little front yard. We don't really have a driveway here, but that's because there's actually back alley access. So let's get in this lockbox and let's find out what we can rent this thing for, shall we? As usual, we'll close the door behind us because, you know, what happened last time. But the paint is locking it right now. Somebody's coming up. Oh my. How's it going? Good, how you doing? Okay, so you get in and it has a little bit of a dated flair to it, which I personally don't mind because it's going to limit our buyer pool. When we see this nice original hardwood flooring, this 1.5-inch oak flooring, this is a great opportunity to sort of leave that flooring, maybe see You know, maybe we'll get somebody out here that knows these floorings very well and can tell us how many refinishes we sort of have left in them. That'll give us an idea as to the longevity of this flooring. Maybe we'll get rid of some of the tiling that we've got here. Maybe we'll neutralize the paint, but some of these things I would be doing while I'd be living in this house, because there's another little asterisk coming to this whole plan. But don't worry, I'd be painting all the molding white. I'd be painting the walls sort of a more modern color, kind of like what you see here, that trim color here. These are things that we talk about in the real estate investing course all the time. What things to modernize and what things not to spend money on. Now, let's see, the kitchen, you know, actually you could probably update this kitchen very cheaply by just replacing the countertop and the backsplash, because we've got the expensive Viking appliance package, Gen Air over here, full stainless Bosch dishwasher. The cabinets could work with a lighter countertop. I mean, it's fine the way it is now. It's just a little bit sort of early 2000s. So let's see, we got plantation shutters. I mean, this is a little intense. You know, there's some customizing that's been happening here, but let's look at how we can own this property pretty much for free. So what do we got? Over here, we got bedroom number 1. Over here's bedroom number 2. Here's your full bath, which what's interesting about this is you actually have this full shower right here, and then over here you have this tub and shower, and then of course you have this one vanity here. So this is really interesting. Stay tuned to what we're gonna do to this, all right? Let's take you over here, down this little hallway here. Check this out. Step down into our little addition here, and what do we got here? We have a full-on lockout addition. That is, you can lock this, which that's an original 1938 door with this whole skeleton key lock. So I love those, super cool, almost vintage. Here's your kitchenette, and here is your bathroom. This is awesome. I mean, look at this. This is great. Perfect. And this is your living space. This is your living room, your dining room, your foyer, your entertaining room. Oh, well, actually, no. You got your foyer right here. See? It's even designated by this one light that turns on and off just for this little segment hallway here. And here's your lockout entrance. Ooh, it's security door, so you can get a nice cross breeze. So you got the security door here on the side to get a good lock installed upside down, to get a nice cross breeze, and then you have another door over here. Ooh, and then here's sort of your separate locking gate entrance. So, why did I specifically bring you to this house? Well, I discovered that this house was on the market and realized, well, wait a minute. Our payment, if we put down 3%, would be $3,200. But we could rent this addition with its own heating system, its own full bathroom, 2 entrances, and its own private backyard. See, this would be your private backyard for that unit. This would be the private backyard for the rest of the house, probably for about $1,400. Even though it's small, for this area, on this kind of street, with a backyard, and if you gave them the garage, $1,400 should be a no-brainer. Somebody in theory could make that their office, right? And then this is their thing, whatever, $1,400. Then you go over here, and what do? You rent out the front of the house. Whew, that reminds me of my days being a server. Oh wait, never made it to server. Being a host and an expediter. Anyway, you could rent this room out for $900 a month, not only because you could rent it out as a room with kitchen access and house access, but even though there's technically only one bathroom here, you could designate that's your shower, that's your shower. It's like crazy. Okay, and then you're gonna go over here to the front bedroom and you're gonna rent this one out for $900 a month as well. So let's do the math really quickly. $900 for one room, $900 for another room is $1,800, plus $1,400 is $3,200, and the payment was actually less than $3,200. I think I said it was $3,200, but it was just a little over $3,000. So all of a sudden, you have like this $150 cash flow renting out all of these rooms, and all you put into the deal was $20,000, buying it for 3% down with a 4.25% interest rate, paying your mortgage insurance. As soon as you get rid of mortgage insurance, which as soon as the house appreciates to $581,000, you would be able to apply to get rid of mortgage insurance, which would mean your cash flow would go up by another $252 per month on top of the $150 per month cash flow you already have, on top of the $641 principal pay down you already have, on top of the tax benefits that you're probably not paying taxes, check with a CPA on the rental income that you're getting, and on top of any kind of appreciation that this property is getting. All of a sudden it's like, holy smokers! Holy smokers, guys! How could you not want to be involved in real estate when you see numbers like this? Sure, people are like, oh yeah, well, I want to do big units. I want my, 32 unit apartment building. Fine, go collect your 35% down to do the deal. But here you go, 3% down, you control a $500,000 property that you're buying for $480,000, but it's going to be worth $500,000 because we're going to negotiate a great deal for you, and we're going to have $5,000 for you to, spend some money on paint and maybe doing a little bit more flooring yourself. And you're putting less than $20,000 into the deal, and you're controlling it. So as soon as it appreciates 4%, boom, you got basically your money out of the deal in net worth. As soon as it appreciates a little bit more than that, well, 17%, you get rid of your mortgage insurance. Now, the big caveat with the deal like this is making sure that the addition is actually legal. And then there's a second caveat as well. Obviously, we're gonna wanna do our inspections on this place. We got 2 fireplaces. It looks like they re-stuccoed the exterior. The roof of the house looks pretty good. It's missing a chimney cap over here. The roof over the addition does not look too great. So there are going to be some expenses coming up. So anytime I say that there's gonna be, $150 to even $350 of cash flow, I usually just as well call that a wash. I don't really care if the cash flow is zero, especially when you're younger. Who cares if you have another $100 of cash flow or whatever? You should have a job that's helping you control these real estate investments and get into these for low money down, so you're controlling the asset, which goes up in value because you're renting this thing out to 3 different people. Anyway, then we go into this garage, which, remember, we're also renting this garage space to the person who's renting the addition unit. But check out what we have over here. See that, folks? This is a bundle of building plans, which is the best possible indication we could have ever asked for that all the work on this house is probably legal and permitted. That means anybody who's buying this is getting all these upgrades at a severe discount. This, I like. This is one of those deals where you go, who cares what the market's doing? Forget the market. Who cares that the garage has a big crack in the slab? Who cares when you got this paper, though? I mean, you could just, there. I mean, I don't know about you, but I really, really like this deal. They're listed at $510,000. They don't have any offers. They just had an open house. This is just asking for somebody to negotiate a good deal on it. Okay, I know. You're probably thinking to yourself, come on, Kevin, what's the catch? What's the catch? How am I gonna get into a place for 3% down and all of a sudden I rent out 2 rooms and the guest unit and I have cash flow and I put 3% down? Are you serious? Everybody would ordinarily be upside down, negative on this deal. Yep, nope. Here's the trick though. You're gonna have to agree to live in the property for the first year. So for the first year, you're gonna be paying that $900 in rent to yourself pretty much. So you're gonna be paying $900 a month. But you're probably replacing the rent you're paying right now anyway. After a year, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna rent, you're gonna find another one of these puppies. Why? Because your goal, when you're 26 years old, like I am, isn't cash flow. Your goal is control, my friends. Your goal is to control as much dollar volume of real estate possible. Because over the long run, what does real estate tend to do? Appreciates in value. The more of it you control, the more wealth you build no matter what the market does. This is how you can legitimately, with the not some kind of speculative basic crap that I just made up somewhere, actually buy a house in Southern California, 10 minutes from the beach, 5 minutes from River Park, the collection area, 5 minutes from the 101, 25 minutes from Santa Barbara, an hour from LA, an hour from Hollywood and the Cloud House. Buy a property for 3% down and turn it into something that cash flows pretty much immediately. And what do you have to look forward to in the future? Let's do a quick little summary of exactly that. 1, tax benefits of the fact that your tenants are paying down your loan and you're not paying taxes on it. 2, appreciation. 3, rent appreciation. I have some rules for tenancy and property management and dealing with rent increases and things like that. But 4, you're gonna be getting rid of that mortgage insurance soon. Generally, after 2 to 3 years, most people get rid of their mortgage insurance, as long as the market isn't like falling crazily. And if it is, well, that's what the point of mortgage insurance is. But worst case, whatever. You already did your numbers to assume the mortgage insurance payments. So if you happen to get rid of mortgage insurance, whatever, even better for you. In the meantime, look at these trees, look at this neighborhood, look at my car, waste of money, but I love it, all right? And make sure you come to my real estate crash course at the 10X Growth Conference, January 31st in Miami, Florida, because it's gonna be epic. Real estate crash course, investing made super easy. Whether you're already really good or you don't know what you're doing at all.